Hey guys, it's Sarah and Katie, and today we're doing a vegan mukbang, whatever it's called.
We both got literally the exact same thing. We went to Go Buddha, right? Go Buddha Meals. There's one by us, and we got, I have it up here. It's like a red lentil pasta, and then there's supposed to be cauliflower, cashews, bell peppers, broccoli, and like some cashew Alfredo sauce. So
Yeah, we're hype. It smells really good.
it smells super good. This is my first time going there. But you had gone a few times, right?
Yes, I've gone a few times. I've never had the pasta, but this looks really good.
Oh, wow.
Like, look at that. And there's like veggies. You can see like, I think that's a nutritional yeast cheese thing on top.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Oh, it smells so good. But basically, we're just going to answer some questions because we really haven't talked about this, but we both have a lot of really bad food issues.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd talk about our insensitivities and, is that even the word? Or sensitivities?
Sensitivities, yeah.
And just, insensitivities. Whatever. And just go through a list of questions and just talk while we eat. So
yeah.
We'll start.
We'll get into it.
We took our first bite.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell what the veggies are. I think this is...
Is that a zucchini? Oh, potato maybe?
a potato.
Ooh, fun. That's a nice surprise.
I don't see any broccoli. Maybe they ran out of broccoli, so they gave us potatoes instead, but I'm not complaining.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, we'll answer, I guess, the same question, me and you, and then we'll just go from there.
So we're similar-ish in food stuff, but we also have our differences, so.
Yeah. So the first question we have is, what are your sensitivities?
Start off very general,
yeah. So mine is dairy. I can't have eggs, meat, and sometimes onions. So basically I'm just vegan. So everything that's not vegan,
yeah,
it hurts.
It hurts. I am not as strict as Katie is. I'm pretty much just no dairy, no onions. I stayed away from garlic for a while too, because it's like sometimes similar, like you digest it similar to onions, but I seem to be a lot better with garlic than onions, so yeah, just dairy and onions are a no-go for me.
But similar vibes. Second question is, when did you start having stomach problems? So for me, I think it was 4 years ago, I gave up dairy for fun. And
it all starts for fun.
It all starts for fun. And then I gave it up for 3 months, and then every time I would eat it after, I would get really bad stomach pain. So that's when I discovered my dairy thing, and then I did this whole elimination diet, and 2 years ago, I figured out, that meat, dairy, eggs was bothering me primarily. So it's been about 2 years with this new stomach issue, but it's been about 4 years I've had,
like, just
issues. Yeah.
For me, it stems back kind of far, but I've had, like, a total roller coaster. It was, like, when I was 12, I got really, really sick, on a trip to go see my family, and after, like, on that trip, I just had terrible stomach pain, and the trip was in Wisconsin, so I was eating a lot of cheese, naturally. So we didn't really think anything of it when we were there. We were just like, I was just like, everything hurts. And afterwards, I went and got, like, tested, and it came up with, like, lactose, soy, and gluten intolerance, and we're like, that's a lot. So I don't know, I just, like, from then on, after I was, like, done being sick, I was okay. If I had too much cheese, it was bad. But then, back in, like, 2016?
Yeah, high school,
2017, right? Start of college.
Oh, yeah,
because through high school, I could do dairy in small amounts, but in college, I started getting, like, a few really bad stomach aches, and I eventually, like, narrowed it down to dairy. And then after I cut out dairy, we have like a buffet hall at my college, and I would get like sandwiches there all the time. And I got a really bad stomachache after one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went again, and I noticed every time I put onions on my sandwich,
Mm.
I had pain. So I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
no more onions. But, so I guess, like, the dairy onions has been since, like, 2016, 2017. But everything has been
You've been
like,
lactose intolerant for a while.
Like 10 years or something.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. It is weird saying that out loud.
Because growing up, like, I would make fun of her because she would have rice milk. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not drinking rice milk. And then it bit me in the butt.
Yeah, right. I still remember the text you sent me that was like, I think dairy might be an issue. I was like, no.
Yeah, we're like,
not
oh,
another
great.
one.
Yeah, so that was bad. But yeah, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we both just have, like, also on top of our, like, sensitivities, just, like, stomach issues with things that we can eat, too.
Yeah.
So, like, I think there's multiple things going on, but we'll get into it.
Yeah.
The third question we have is, what was the severity of your issue at its peak?
So
for me, I feel like the worst it was like eating and then literally feeling like you're on the verge of throwing up for like hours after, like severe bloating and like not being able to sleep at night. Just like literally having to like sleep sitting up.
Yeah.
Because like my stomach hurts so bad. But that was the severity of it. I mean, like, it's just uncomfortable. It sucks.
Yeah.
But I know yours is worse.
I don't know. I mean,
Did you
you've
have to go
had
to the
some.
hospital though?
I did go to the hospital a few times because it got so bad. It just got so bad. It was like, it felt like a mix of like someone like stabbing your stomach with a knife with like it being on fire. It's just like so hard to explain that feeling.
And it's such a like a unique feeling. Like it's hard to tell somebody like I have such bad stomach pain that I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like I made my boyfriend one time drive me to the hospital. We didn't go in because I was like, my dad's gonna kill me if I go to the hospital right now at like midnight. We didn't go in, but I sat there and I like cried.
Yeah.
In front of the hospital, like I can't go in, like I know I shouldn't.
Well, it stinks because it's like you can't do anything, which and then you get there and you realize they can't really do anything either. It just kind of has to like work through you, unless obviously you're having like an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
But like,
but other than that, it just has to like pass.
Yeah.
But
dang. Yeah, similar here. Just not good. Lots of pain. What else?
Oh, I have where are you now? Like how are you doing with your stomach issue now?
That's a good one.
Has it gotten better? Has it gotten worse?
Mine's gotten better. It like since cutting out dairy, huge difference. And I think it's helped like my skin too. Just like I've never really had problems with acne, but I like don't. And I don't know. I think like not having that much fat from like milk kind of helps. And I just had a horrible stomach ache last week. Out of nowhere, I was telling Katie, I was like rummaging back through everything I ate to see if something had dairy, if something had onions, and nothing. So that's just one of those freak things. But it really was, it hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah.
I frequently get like uncomfortable stomachs, but not painful stomachs. So, I mean, it's been worse.
That's how I feel like too. I'm like, once a month I probably have like a really bad stomach problem. And then often I just don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not, like for me, I feel way better and I eat way more than I did at the early stages of it. Like at the early stages of it, it was like concerning because I didn't eat as much. So it definitely has gotten better.
Good.
For the both of us.
Yes. Thank goodness.
Thank gosh. The next question is, what do you find helps most with dealing with your condition? And I guess adding on to that, do you have a known condition? Or is it just, like, do you have something, like, I guess, is your known condition. I guess it's verified, right?
Is it like
you're actually dairy intolerant?
Yeah, it's the test was like forever ago. I took that when I was like 12 or 13, and I haven't taken one since. But at that time, yeah, I was gluten, dairy, and soy intolerant.
And when you went to the doctor, when you went to the hospital that one night, did they tell you anything or?
No, they didn't. They didn't. The one time they actually gave me, they called it a GI cocktail, which is kind of funny, but I was in so much pain. They literally had me drink lidocaine, which is the numbing solution. Most insane feeling in my life. I felt nothing inside of me.
That is weird.
It was weird. But where are we going with this? Oh,
or what helped you most with dealing with your condition? / do you have a condition?
Do you have a condition? I've always I've never been diagnosed with IBS, but I feel like maybe I know some people in my family have it, so maybe there's something with that. But nothing else diagnosed other than the intolerances. And what helps me a lot is when I notice I'm feeling pain, I want to try to go right to sleep. And it almost always happens only at night. So I'm like, okay, if I can fall asleep before the pain, I'll likely sleep through it, which happens frequently. Other times I've used a heating pad, or I've
I haven't done that yet.
It's helped a few times.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll just put music in, and I'll just focus really hard, and I'm like, I can get through this. And that's really it. I feel like I've not really found a solution.
Yeah.
What about you?
So I guess my condition, what they think it is called gastroparesis or I don't know how to even say it. But it's basically where your stomach can't process things. Food will just sit in my stomach and it just won't move. My stomach doesn't contract like normal person's does. But yeah, I don't think it's IBS. I don't really know. I think it's just that my stomach just doesn't work. But I'm definitely dairy intolerant. I haven't gotten it officialized, but I definitely am.
Yeah.
I think meat just hurts.
It probably,
and I've always had issues with eggs. Always. Ever since I was a little kid. Eggs and meat just didn't sit well. But, and I also went, I did multiple exams, multiple tests at hospitals. I had to eat radioactive oatmeal.
And I remember
watched it go down, and that's when they noticed, it was taking my body forever. And then I did an upper endoscopy where they put the tube down your stomach. And I fasted for 13, 14 hours, and I still had food in my stomach. And that's why they sent me to get the radioactive thing, because they're she still has food in her stomach. That's weird.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to have any food in your stomach. So I guess
that's really interesting.
That's my condition. And then I always just have Pepsid on hand. And then when I notice my stomach's hurting, when I eat, I try not to eat too much. I eat until I feel sufficient, but I don't overindulge. And then I do the opposite, Sarah. If I feel my stomach hurting, I can't go to bed. It doesn't make me feel better. I just have to do something to get my mind off of it. So I play video games right away, or I do something to not think about it.
Yeah.
Because the more anxiety I get from thinking my stomach hurts, the worse it gets. It's I can't, you said, you have to stay focused. You can't think about it. So yeah, that's what I do. I just get my mind off of it and just wait till it passes and do what I need to do. But
I know, it stinks because I feel ultimately it's kind of wait until it passes kind of thing,
And how long would you say on average it takes for you to feel better once it starts?
It depends. It totally depends, but I'd say it's between 1 to 3 hours. And then if it's super intense, then the next day or two I feel a little off.
Yeah. That's crazy, because mine definitely doesn't go on to the next day, but like you said, an hour, 2 to 3, 4, just don't feel good.
Yeah.
But the next question is, what are your comfort foods that that never give you problems? What can you rely on to eat that won't mess you up?
That's a great question. I always I feel like my comfort food has always been pasta, which is weird saying I'm gluten intolerant, but I've never really had that many problems with gluten.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like pasta is just nice because you can just have it with like dairy-free butter. It's simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. And like light sandwiches, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Something with very little flavor, to be honest. Like some like grain.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, like this'll sustain me.
Mm-hmm. I would say the same thing. Like, I was gonna say pasta,
Yeah.
rice, like grains
Mm-hmm.
with very little on them. Literally.
Yeah, because it's like you don't want too much grease. You don't want it like too
Mhm.
heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But you want it like heavy enough.
Mm-hmm. You want to be full, but you don't need all the crap on it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Pasta's my go-to.
I found a large cauliflower.
Oh, that is huge.
It's huge.
I don't think I even got a cauliflower yet.
I was like,
I
what
got
is
a lot
this?
of zucchini, which I don't eat enough of, so it's probably
Yeah,
good that I
zucchini's
am.
good. I kind of forget about it.
Okay, so then similarly, what are your no-goes? Like, what do you avoid besides like obviously dairy? Like, is there any food that like? Because like for me, my no-goes would be like super fried, oily foods or like processed foods. Those just don't sit well.
Yeah.
Mexican food,
No,
Can't.
for Mexican.
unless it's like Chipotle, I can do.
Mm-hmm.
That never upsets me. But like the fried stuff, I just can't do. The beans, not really.
I'm okay with Mexican food, surprisingly. But yes, too many fried foods or oily foods like potato chips. Like they're good occasionally, but like even the smallest bag can like mess me up. That pop is a no-go.
Oh yeah,
Pop
agreed. I
hurts
forgot
me.
about that.
And yeah, pretty much like anything in like the frozen aisle of a grocery store. Like all the like prepackaged meals.
That's true. Kind of forgot about those.
Yeah, I think it was that other night when I had a stomach problem. I think it was the taquitos. They didn't have dairy, but
She had taquitos from Walmart in a
It was-
box.
I paid
Avoid
for it.
those. Oh, this is fun. What are your favorite chain restaurants that have options that fit your needs?
That's a great question. The first thing that comes to mind is Red Robin, just because like they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they don't have a ton of like vegan specific options. They do have the burger,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I've just always been super happy with how like good they are with like allergies and like their options and switching things up.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of? I'm trying to think of others.
Even like fast food, like Yard House is a chain. I think it's pretty much everywhere. They're not like widely spread out, but they have so many vegan meat. They have like the Gardein
Really?
burgers. They have vegan cheese. Yeah, they have a
Wow.
lot. And when you go for happy hour, their Gardein wings are half off, and it's only like $7. Yeah, and they're really good. They
Oh
like,
my
fry
gosh.
them up.
Oh my gosh.
They're amazing. I would say Yard House would be like my go-to restaurant, and Cheesecake Factory. They have a lot of options as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then for like fast food, I would say I can't really eat fast food because it just hurts my stomach, but fries, I can rely on my girl Chick-fil-A and my man Chipotle.
My man Chipotle. Yes.
Anything that you can customize
Yeah.
is like a go-to.
Chipotle has always been a really good base for me. And like this is gonna be like shocking to a lot of people, but Taco Bell has always been like a really, because I like if I'm traveling can mess up my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like Taco Bell is pretty much everywhere, and I can get like a basic burrito, you know. Yeah, Chipotle's a good one. I need to try the Yard House options. I haven't been there in a while.
I love Yard House. I really like their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you could eat anything again, what would you indulge in?
Oh, Alfredo.
That is hilarious.
That was my comfort food before all this went down.
See, I feel like this, what we're eating now, tastes very similar to Alfredo.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
I think mine would be either like ricotta cheese because it's so rich and so like you can't duplicate ricotta. And I would say like sour cream. But there is vegan sour cream which is decent, but like Chipotle sour cream was my fave. like, I would get that dumped on my bowl.
Yeah.
It could be like 3
Man, I haven't
scoops,
thought about
please.
sour cream in forever.
One time I went to Chipotle and literally asked for a bowl because I'm obsessed with their corn.
Yeah.
Literally just asked for a bowl with a ton of corn and a ton of sour cream.
Really?
And then I got like a bag of chips and I like made my own
love
like
it.
dip. It's like disgusting to talk about, but
Honestly, that does sound pretty good. I do remember their sour cream being good.
yeah. It's just the little things. But honestly, like, I don't really miss all that much.
Yeah.
I feel like the longer you go without doing this kind of stuff.
And, like, over the years, there have gotten to be more options, too.
Yeah.
And, like, now that I think about it, another thing that I do miss is, like, normal salad dressings. I feel like that's the one thing, one of the main things that I haven't quite found a good replica of yet. That seems normal. But...
Like ranch?
Like ranch and Caesar, you know. But...
Is what makes ranch and Caesars, like the dairy and the egg.
Yeah.
And there's not really... Yeah, every ranch dupe I've had is very, like, vinaigrette-y.
Yeah.
And not as, like, ranchy. But, yeah, I miss those things. Is there any, like, fast food? I'm trying to think. Oh, like Sonic. I miss Sonic milkshakes.
Milkshakes, yeah. Milkshakes. But we do have
pretty good milkshakes, though.
Yeah. We've tried some good ones recently.
For being vegan. It's decent.
Yeah.
So the last question I have is, what advice would you give to those that have stomach issues that are not yet determined or who are just dealing with the uncomfort of the stomach?
I think my best advice is, especially if you don't know why everything's going on, is just, like, to know you will figure it out. It will get better. And also, like, if you do have issues with your stomach, I feel like it can be very intimidating to, like, come to terms with it and realize, like, okay, maybe I really do have to shift my diet.
Yeah.
But it's easier than you think it is. Unless, you know, if it's similar to us, and I feel like you're pretty strict and you've done it, so you just gotta really get creative with, like, how you make things, and it can actually be kind of fun. And once you realize how much it makes you feel better, you'll realize it's worth it.
I like that. Yeah, I feel like for me, my advice would be, like, once you start having stomach issues, you need to find, like, the main cause, and then you need to find your comfort food. So, like, once you have stomach issues, you need to start, like, elimination diet and just, like, eat chicken one night. If that makes you feel like crap, then maybe you shouldn't eat chicken. Like, only eat certain things and see how it reacts to your body, and kind of cut out processed foods for the time being, and just truly, like, see what your body can handle. And then, like Sarah was saying, just, you know, find a way to deal with it, find a way to make it work. Know that if you take the proper measures, go see somebody, do the elimination diet, find your comfort food, you can find a solution that will work for you in your life.
Yeah.
So
I like what you said about, like, the elimination diet and stuff, because, like, it does take sometimes, like, a lot of patience and determination to really figure out where the issue's coming from, and it can be so frustrating, but...
And it takes a while to figure out, like...
It does.
Like, you didn't know, like, onions were an issue for, like, years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, it takes a while. You might not figure out everything at once, but I think you just need to make sure you're still eating what you can, and, you know, just find something that works for you. But it's not the best thing in the world, and people in your life will be impacted by it for sure, like our family and friends and boyfriends probably.
Yeah, that was something that was really, and still kind of is, hard for me to, like, wrap my head around, because, I mean, you always, you know, you want to be easy, you know, you want to be this, and, like, you just got to find people in your life that really support you, because in the end, like, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
You didn't will this.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, thank you for watching our video.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed watching us eat.
Yay!
Anyways.
Anyway.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.